तत्त्वादयोः अभावाद्याद्य हे ब्रह्मन् एवमेवाहमास्थितः। आश्रमानाश्रमं ध्यानं चित्तस्वीकृतवर्जनं विकल्पं मम वीक्षेतै एवमेवाहमास्थितः। कर्मानुष्ठानमज्ञानात् यथैवोपरमस्तथा बुद्ध्वा सम्यग्विदं तत्त्वम् एवमेवाहमास्थितः। अचिन्त्यं चिन्त्यमानोऽपि चिन्तारूपं भजत्यसौ त्यक्त्वा तद्भावनं तस्माद् एवमेवाहमास्थितः। एवमेव कृतं येन सकृतार्थो भवेदसौ एवमेवं स्वभावो यः सकृतार्थो भवेत्सौ। Your concept in the mind that things should be in a certain way causes pain in the mind. The cause for the distress is set concepts in the mind. You agree with me? And nature loves to give you surprises. God loves fun. He always gives you surprises. Sometimes pleasant, sometimes unpleasant. And you grow by unpleasant as well as by pleasant. In fact, you grow much more by unpleasant surprises than the pleasant ones. So each surprise has a big message behind that to you. When you know this is all by the concepts, my joy and my sorrow is all happening out of concepts, you are able to see the reality as it is and not make a concept of that reality also. See, nothing is predictable in this world. Especially minds of people. You don't know who is what and when, where. Isn't it? You can't predict the weather. Though the people predict the weather, it all goes just the opposite. Have you noticed that? The radio they say you will have a very good sunshine today, and where is the sunshine? There will be rain. And all other things that we predict in the world is all also just like predicting weather. Maybe there are always chances that the things don't go the same way. When you are established in yourself, you are not holding on to concepts. You are not jumping up and down. You are loose, free, easy and open. Just like a child, you see. Not that a child cries, that's it. Then a few minutes later it's laughing, it's smiling, it's jumping up and down. You may be surprised, oh, this child is so happy, and it doesn't take any time for it to cry for nothing. Maybe another child sitting next to him started crying and he will also start crying. Have you observed this in children? So living in the present becomes possible only when you can drop these concepts. Stop judging the past. You can draw inference from the past. Okay, in the past this happened, we'll be careful about this in the future. That's it. But instead of judging, oh, I am bad, I shouldn't have done this, this has happened, that has happened. Do not go on judging yourself. Be aware of your mistakes, but don't judge yourself thinking that mistake is mine. You see this? It's a big difference. It's very delicate, though it makes a big difference. Like a mistake happens through X, Y, Z, and it happens through you also, and it is the same. Whether someone else does it or you do it, it is the same. See what you can do to get rid of your mistake, or what you can do to see the others don't make the same error. Are you understanding what I am saying? You know, when someone else does a mistake and you do a mistake, what is the difference you see? Now tell me, what is the difference you see? Wake up. Huh? What are the possibilities when you see he did a mistake and you feel it is not your mistake? You feel yourself separate from that mistake. Do you see? Are you all getting what I am saying? When a mistake happens, do you feel part of that mistake? Doesn't matter through whomever it has been done. It's a beautiful point. Wake up, wake up, wake up if you are sleeping. When a mistake happens, whether it happened through Susanna, Catherine, Alhaides, or Jeff, or Michael, doesn't matter. Do you see that you are part of that mistake? When you see you are part of anybody else's mistake, you have created a space for them, then you are really in love with them all. Do you see what I am saying? When you accommodate others' mistake as your own mistake, you take responsibility to correct that. You create space to rectify them also. Do you see what I mean now? Are you getting it? When you see it is not my mistake, it is his mistake, then there is a separation. And you get angry at the person, you blame the person, you accuse them, and they become separate, you become separate. Where is oneness? Where is belongingness? Do you see what I mean? Do you all get? In the same way, the good quality in the other person, see that it is your own quality, it's part of you. Do you see that? When you see that you did a mistake, what happens to you? You feel guilty, oh, I did this mistake. Do you feel guilty when someone else does the mistake? Do you see that when other person does a mistake, why don't you feel guilty? It's not you who is making mistake, it's somebody else. Feel the separation. Do you see that? Do one thing. Either you'd feel guilty for others' mistake also. You know, it shifts your consciousness. Then we stop saying he and me, and there is more belongingness. More belongingness. We become one. Then you will take a step to rectify what the other person needs. See, everyone has got some wonderful qualities here. Everybody is like a unique flower. And can you be all flower together? But you can make a nice bouquet. When you make a bouquet, put everybody together. Have you seen in bouquet there are some green leaves, some very different type of very nice flowers, some different colors of flowers, and then a wire binding them. Do you see that? Then what happens? Jealousy will disappear from your life altogether. Jealousy will not come near you. Do you see this? Do you get these 3-4 points? Should I repeat it? Or will you repeat it? Huh? When you recognize a mistake as mistake but not as my mistake, your guilt will not be there. You see, oh, this is a mistake. Whether it is me or someone else, this is a mistake that needs rectification. So your mind is lighter. It is not stiff. It's not loaded with tension. See how a mistake has happened out of tension. Knowing that a mistake has happened, if you think it is my mistake, then you are not releasing the tension, you are doubling the tension. Do you notice this? Oh, I made a mistake. What has happened now? What has happened? Tension has built up in you, then what you will do it next time? One person was very nervous to drive me on a very snowy day in USA. And that day was the turn for that person to drive me in the car to the lecture place. I was sitting in the car, the person became so nervous. Oh, it is snowing, Panditji, it's snowing, Panditji. I am very responsible now, I have to make you reach the place. I should not skid. That person went on saying, I should not skid. Oh, it's snowing. And what happened, you know? The car went off the road in the motorway. Nothing happened. The rose was our another car was following behind. They put the brake. So what happened? The van, whoever was driving, they skid because the mind was, oh, I should not skid. Was constantly in the mind. And that is good. Once with the skid happened, person got confident. So what? Doesn't matter, nothing happened. The faith became stronger and we drove again in the same car. Same person drew me further on. Everyone said, no, you get off the car. I said, what difference does it make whether I sit or someone else sit? It's better I'll go in the same car. Person would feel better. So see a mistake as a mistake and not my mistake. Then you will sit and always brood over it. You become sad and it takes you nowhere. It makes you more worse and worse. This is what is the innocence. No, innocence means seeing a mistake as a mistake happened. That is really being